Hello there guys, welcome to another Run 8 train simulator video. We've got some more goodies today. Jason at High Rail Simulations have released a VIEWLINER II pack, which you see here on the Run 8 website, which I'll link down below if you want to go and check it out. As usual, there's also going to be an update for your updater for the sim overall, but this is going to run you 15 bucks, and I think it carries about 5 VIEWLINER IIs in total. And let's go ahead and just hop in the sim and have a look at those. Now, before we get into that, I know I've been slacking a little bit because there have been a couple of things released for Run 8 that I haven't really looked at via YouTube, of course. And one of those is a pretty sizable update for the A line and beyond, which is also from High Rail Simulation. So basically the CSX Southeast, which of course these very nice VIEWLINERs will run on, as well as, you know, Mohawk, Selkirk, Horseshoe Curve as well, running those trains. But Jason at High Rail updated a bunch of the stations on the A line, and these are some very, very nice stations that were actually remodeled in recent years after coming under disrepair. Even the one up in Palatka, which is further up, one of the new ones in the game, or the sim, that kind of stopped being served in the 70s, and then they did a trial and opened it back up in the late 70s, I think, and then it's just now open all the time as well. So they've both received big upgrades and updates and restoration via CSX, Amtrak, the counties that they sit in, as well as Florida Department of Transportation. And, you know, it's just how they look today. And in game, this looks incredible. This looks pretty much exactly how it looks in real life. I mean, no bull caca. It is totally legit. I mean, the coloring, the platform, this is all pretty new as well. And just a little bit about this place, the DeLand station, which is actually just west of where I live in Volusia County, over near the coast. This is DeLand, a tiny town between, we'll say, Daytona Beach and Orlando. This station was built in about 1918. And it was restored in 2006, of course, funded by, like I mentioned, the county, Amtrak, CSX, FDOT. It got a new roof, platform, general, we'll say, restorative look overall to make it look historically accurate. And pretty soon, what's fairly neat about this whole area, so we've got Sunrail now that runs into and through Orlando, the commuter train. They are building currently their own platform, and this old disused track here is going to be there. So they're going to have a platform here as well. So that'd be neat to see in the game, of course. I believe that is supposed to happen this year in real life. So this is the DeLand station. It is now in the game, and this is just part of the free update. And it's an all-in-one deal. So if you haven't been messing with Run 8 in a while, you used to have to go to High Rail and get his patch, right, and kind of install that separately. Now it's all just under one, you know, packaged little thingamabob in your Run 8 updater. So it's super easy to update and do what you need with it. But this looks super legit. The brick groundwork, the roof out here on the platform, the coloring, the lamps, you got the benches, the building itself. This all looks very, very good. You got the sign over here. Pretty sure it's supposed to be one hanging. I know there's one at the end down there. Yeah, I think they're on both sides. You've got the DeLand Amtrak Herald there as well, which looks very nice. This looks really good. This looks legit. This is one of those things where it's like, wow, this is in Run 8. I mean, look at that. Holy crap, that looks really, really nice. And it fits. I mean, there's palm trees out here and just all kinds of stuff. This looks really, really good. You got the palm fronds over here, which just grow like mad around here. You got your old gazebo over here, which I think you can get up in. Sure enough. And then DeLand Junction, this actually used to run into town over that way several miles into the actual town of DeLand today, which downtown is way over that way, a couple miles. But this is the main line here, the CSXA line. But yeah, we'll get up in there and take a look at it as well. This is just one of the new things. Look at the top of this thing, man. Look at the roof. Holy hell. This looks really, really good. Even got a bit of weathering on there as well with the roof tiles. That looks friggin' nice, especially like if you look at this before, like if you haven't, you know, run the updater in a while and look at this before and after. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So a little bit to the north in the town of Palatka, you've got the Palatka station as well. This was built 1908, much older. Old ACL station, of course, like a lot of this area. It was updated in recent years as well, and it also houses a railroad museum, which should be on the other side there, but it does have the sign denoting the name. So Palatka is a funny name. Like a lot of stuff in North America or the United States, a lot of places that are named were named so because of Native Americans speaking to settlers, which, you know, couldn't say what they were saying or translate it, and it basically stands for something Palatiki or something like that, which means water crossing, I think in the Seminole language or something like that. So of course settlers were like, Palatka, we'll call it Palatka, and that's what they did. That's why the town's called Palatka today. But this station looks really good. It's got that kind of pink coral color to it, the kind of McDonald's colored roof. I mean, they did this station justice. Amtrak welcomes you to Palatka, Florida. Little country town on the river, St. John's River. We're just blocking the crossing there, no big deal. Here's the, oh, sweet. So this is the museum over here, a little railroad museum, and they actually got the sign up there for that as well. David Browning Railroad Museum. That is cool. These are two really freaking nice looking stations. I think that it's all that is been added, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is. There might be other couple of things that might have been fixed as well and updated, but hot damn, that looks good. One thing that does kind of stink is there's an old there's like an old Seaboard caboose that would sit right here. So that would have been cool to have, just like a, there's a ground mishap there, ground texture mishap. There's a Seaboard steel, I think it's an M5 steel caboose that sits right here, a red one. And it would have been cool to have that in the game, of course. Maybe have a little piece of track, but I mean, of course, that would require you to have a caboose, and I don't think the caboose are in Run 8 by default, sadly. Like, you got to have one of the packs. Maybe take that and paint it. Anyway, it'd be cool as hell if the caboose was here, but I digress. It is not. This is Palatka Station. Again, it looks really, really nice. This is like, you know, it's some of the stuff starting to look really good in Run 8, and I feel like it doesn't quite fit, but there are a lot of things that are being updated, you know, in the recent year or two. And of course, the CSX stuff, the Southeast is my favorite. I think it's some of the best looking routes in Run 8, if I'm honest. I mean, you know, the Roseville sub had some nice looking areas, Horseshoe Curve as well. So some of the newer stuff is looking a bit better naturally, but I've, you know, being from here and living in this very specific area here, this one always just kind of holds a little special piece for me anyway. But this looks really damn good. So props to Jason for getting that. One thing that would be cool is if we had the Waycross station, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's probably not built. I don't even want to look. And another one is the Amtrak station in Winter Park. So this is Winter Park. It's kind of a little hooty-tooty kind of fancy wealthy person area, if you will. Winter Park, Florida. And the station here is a nice station as well. It's also a station for Sunrail, the commuter service that runs through here, but it's in a park. So it's like a giant city park, and it runs through the park, and it looks nothing like whatever any of this is supposed to be. Now, I know it's not completely set in modernity, if you will, so I kind of understand that, but it would be cool to have kind of the park area in Winter Park and the station and things like that, but sadly we do not. And then mainly the Waycross, man, I would love to have the Waycross station. Where's it out on the map? I can't find it. Jesus, I'm blind. We'll just go to the yard and fly over in the air. Are we going the right way? I don't think we're going the right way. Are we going the right way? No, we're not. Idiot. Yeah, the bowl is facing west. There's the pond. Yeah, I hope we get the Thomasville sub, which is behind us as well. That'd be cool. Yeah, so I would very much love to have the very nice and large Waycross station instead of it being San Bernardino. But, you know, Jason's working on this stuff. This isn't all he does. You know, like a lot of your really good train sim devs, they don't full-time this kind of stuff. but it would be nice to have that as well. Hopefully we'll see that along with like the Winter Park Station and things like that. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on that. So there have been some updates to the entirety of High Rail Southeast. But let's go ahead and go take a look at the Viewliners. All right then, folks. Well, I only found it appropriate to have this look-see at the Orlando Amtrak station, which was already in the game. This is one of those stations, kind of like the San Bernardino station, that actually looks pretty good. I mean, you know, some of the textures could be updated, upscaled, whatnot. But overall, this station is legit. This is pretty much how, you know, it's got kind of a Spanish look to it, if you will. But it does look like this, and it's a nice looking station. But we've got the cars here. Now, this is the Amtrak VIEWLINER II pack. Again, it's 15 bucks on Run 8. I will link down below if you need to go and take a look at that yourself. But it's basically a long distance set, coach set, if you will, single floor mostly, largely running anywhere east of Chicago. And that's primarily due to the very old railroad structure and a lot of, you know, narrow and low tunnels, which, you know, actually quite a few by today's standards have been expanded, you know, especially for intermodal, you know, double stack trains and stuff like that. Some of them anyway, not all of them. So that's basically what this is, and why you don't really see the, you know, the double coaches like you would on the auto train, for example, that Amtrak runs. They do use the double floor coaches because that only goes between Sanford and Lorton, Virginia, which is just south of Washington, D.C. So those are fine because there's no tunnels. You know, the only thing they'll run under is maybe an overpass or two. But these, you know, crisscross all over at the East Coast. But anyway, so the initial Viewliners entered service with Amtrak in 1994. These, anyway, and they ordered, I think, 50 sleeper units, which they initially had. Now, a decade later, they got 70 Viewliner II baggage cars, which entered service. Then they got some single and bi-level cars pushing out, you know, of course, the old, very cool, heritable baggage cars from former railroads. So that was a bit sad, but it is what it is. In the following years after that, Viewliner II diner cars appeared, also replacing heritage cars again, sadly. And then the new baggage dorm cars entered service in 2019. And then bringing up the rear of all of this new Viewliner II stuff was the Viewliner set, which was the VL2, I think, sleeping cars or sleepers, so they're kind of updated or upgraded. Now, the prototypes were whipped up by the very illustrious and famous Bud Company within the United States. Now, they did the prototypes. I think they showed off one or two, and some of them were in service. Then there was the Viewliner 1, which is built by Morrison Knudsen. I know some of you will be like, it's Knudsen. We'll say Knudsen. Silent K. And then the VL2s, the Viewliner 2s, which are here, were built by CAF. I'm not even going to try and say it, which is a Spanish railway car manufacturer. They manufacture buses as well. So primarily trains that would run these cars in the Viewliner 2s, plus some AM fleets, of course, would be on long-distance trains like the Cardinal, the Lakeshore Limited, Crescent, Silver Meteor, and of course the Silver Star. So easily two of the biggest trains you could run with these, and where they are 110% appropriate is here on the High Rails CSX Southeast. So you've got the Silver Meteor and the Silver Star services. Now both of these trains run between New York City and Miami, Florida, all the way down the East Coast. Now, the Silver Meteor and the Silver Star, both cars, or not both cars, both trains, would stop in quite a few stations on, you know, on the map. So you've got Orlando. I think they might stop at Winter Park. I think they do. DeLand, definitely DeLand, which we looked at. Palatka, and then Jacksonville. So you've got quite a few different options that you could stop at and run on the A line. And then, of course, like I said, you've got, you know, Horseshoe Curve. You could run them on there. And then, let's see, the Mohawk Selkirk, you can run them on there for sure. And then even the West Coast stuff, I think you could use some of the baggage cars maybe on the West Coast stuff. But anyway, so there's quite a bit. They fit is, you know, the point that I'm trying to drive home here. But the difference between the two services is the Silver Meteor basically sticks to the coast, whereas the Silver Star basically is a little bit longer, and it goes inland. So when it gets to about North Carolina, it'll go inland away from the coast to Raleigh, North Carolina, and then it goes back kind of southeast and joins back to the original route of the Silver Meteor at Savannah. So it just kind of does, you know, almost think of it like the bow line type of deal. It almost does just like a bow and then goes back, you know, typically to where it's at. Now, the consists of these often change. You know, it's all got to do with the season. You know, they'll get rid of cars or add cars as needed, depending on how busy or unbusy a service may be. But the Silver Star, you'll have, you know, an engine, 4 am fleets, lounge car, 2 Viewliner sleepers, a baggage. Meteor will largely be the same because they're basically the same train, you know, with maybe an extra car here or there, or one less car here or there. All right, so Blabberfest 2024 is over. Let's go ahead and take a look at these things. These are some very, very spicy tamales as usual. Jason creates some very nice looking stuff. That's obvious, you know, with the route we're on. The rail cars he's recently released, I feel like it's just a step above, you know, when it comes to Run 8. And it's always nice to just kind of push the envelope a little bit further and make things nicer, if you can, within reason. And these do look good. I mean, when you put down some of the older cars next to these, it's just like night and day. I mean, even the trucks are brand new. The axles, they just, you know, it's still Run 8, so I'm not going to get super nitpicky there, but even for Run 8, this looks pretty darn good. I mean, even the hoses back here in the, what's that, like the water ports, and Jesus, even the decals. Look how high res that is. Train line connections, 480 volt AC, comms. Okay, holy hell, that is neat. Okay, I like that. Got your 480 volt down here. Got the little holder doohickeys there. These look very good. They're weathered appropriately. They're not, you know, totally over the top. Man, even this kind of like rubber vinyl stuff back here looks pretty good. Between the gangway, between the doors, that looks nice, man. The reflective tape on the bottom. Gosh, this could be some nice stuff in, like, you know, Train Sim Classic or Trains even, but this is Run 8, so it's, I always have to remind myself with some of this stuff lately. It's like, all right, this is Run 8. The doors, the handles, we've got all kinds of nice decals everywhere. The coloring looks pretty good. You know, it could pop a little bit more. You can see some slight, very slight inconsistencies with the horizontal line, you know, kind of coming together, you know, jiggity jagging. Just totally made that word up. Yeah, but from back here, you don't really notice it, but I do like the streaking of crap just coming off the roof. So these are 2 baggage cars, obviously. The Viewliner baggage cars, you may be thinking, why'd you put 2 down? So there's a Viewliner baggage and then a Viewliner baggage A, I think it's called, in the Train Maker Upper. So this one's just got the Amtrak America different logo on it compared to the more modern and fancy. This one's the more modern one, isn't it? Pretty sure it is. That's like the OG right there, yeah, because you got the old symbol there as well. So that's a difference there. I don't know if there's a difference elsewhere. There very well could be. But again, I got to keep looking at these hoses, man. These connections. Those look pretty damn good for Run 8. Let's be honest. Those look nice. We've got the bag dorm as well, which is a cool car. So you've got a couple of little sleeper berths there, and then part baggage. You know, like I said, they'll make these trains up as necessary. The HVAC stuff all down here. That looks nice. Hell yeah. Okay, very cool. Very, very cool. And then straight up sleepers over here. So I think, again, with the TMI, or TMU, TMI, yeah, there's a sleeper P3A and a P3. So it's just got to be the old school kind of phase 3 stuffage. The logo, obviously. So you've got like the older logo and the newer logo. Got your disabled or handicap access label on there. You've got the window brake. Jesus, that is like very clean. Lowered above. Okay, yeah, so you know how to pop the windows out when they're laying on their sides in Montana or something like that. Who knows? But these wouldn't be out there, would they? But anywhere, you know how to pop them out now because they were in Run 8. You saw the sticker. These look good though. These look very, very nice. And here is the diner. Hell yes, man. These look soups good. I'll just pop some of the older ones down here just to we'll throw we'll do like the Amfleet 4. Oh, I'll throw a bagage. There'd be no point in throwing one of the big boys down here, so we'll just do like a slight difference comparison. They just look a lot cleaner. They're a lot more detailed. I mean, mind you, this is new, and then this stuff is fairly old over here, so it makes sense. I mean, just look at and to be fair, these are totally different axles and trucks, but still, look at those and the detail versus that. The color. There's just the undercarriage work is just a little more bleh. But it's just much older stuff. Pay no attention to that. I totally forgot I had that skin, but I do like that skin. I will have to use that again. But yeah, this is the Viewliner set. So let's hop down on the ground and get in these sumbitches, because you can definitely do that. So we'll walk up and, geez, I forgot what is it, E? There you go. So just walk up. You'll board the unit. Look at the detail on the inside of this thing, man. Holy hell. I like this kind of etched glass in between the booths here with the deer, and you got the train. Of course, a lot of these are heralded by the piece of crap Charger and not the P42, and that's something else we got to talk about. We need an updated P42. You know what I'm saying, to pull this stuff, because it's kind of like, it's like putting Dollar General cheese slices on a Wagyu beef hamburger, and then the cars are the Wagyu beef burger meat, and then the P42 is like, just nasty yellow cheese that tastes like plastic. So you see where I'm coming from? I'm sure a lot of you agree. The same thing. We would very much accept a new P42. Not to mention the model just looks very outdated and old, but that's neither here nor there. That wasn't made. These were made. So we're looking at these. I do like the old school kind of, what are these, like Art Deco posters as well. California Zephyr and Capital Limited. The Limitado. You got these big, nice lamps up here. Let's actually, auto train. Hell yeah. Orlando to Washington, D.C. Well, it's actually Sanford to Lorton, actually. But yeah, I mean, it's Orlando to Washington, D.C. We all know that, right? Let's make it dark and see what this thing looks like. Help. Where'd the lights go? Oh, the lights were on. What the hell, man? Yep. Let's try that again. Yeah, I mean, it's a little dark. Oh, maybe because I don't have control of the train. Because it's actually not a train. Because I just laid the coaches down like a dingus. We'll go do that. We'll go take a look at that in a minute. But you can actually change, so what is it, Shift F11? And you can move around. You can see the tables. You got your salt and pepper shakers. And your forks and knives. I mean, this all looks really good. You've got your safety information right here. Emergency exit on the windows, telling you how to get out and bust that window out. Damn, this is Run 8, man. Jeez Louise. All right, I will stop foaming and we'll back out of that. Who is next? We got the sleeper car. I noticed as well, these are names. So that's Anaheim, Cucamonga, Rancho Cucamonga, the RC. So there's a couple of names, couple of placards, right? And that's neat. That's all well and great. But I'm kind of sad because they don't change. So it's like a static name, unless I'm a total idiot. We know that to be a truth, but I've put several of these down and it doesn't change, the plaque. So I don't think that changes, sadly. But again, that's largely a Run 8 limitation, so it's also kind of understandable. But damn, these look good. What brain fart? What was I gonna do? Getting lost in thought there. We're gonna get in the sleeper. Board it. There we go. So we got the entryway. which looks very nice. It's got that kind of wood paneling look to it. Very fancy schmancy. I mean, even look at the hinges and the bolt on the door. I mean, just little details. The rubber kind of seal around the window. More stickers. This is friggin' run 8. I know it's like the 30th time I've said that, but it tells you where to press to get that door open. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Oh, and here we go. We are in the roomette. Holy crap, man. This looks good. Look at the curtain. Looks very nice. Of course, I saw the foamer soda, creosote cola. That is disgusting. Liquid creosote. My God. This looks legit in here. Holy hell. We got some kind of brochure or something on the floor there. Got your plug or your outlets, your sockets, your little air conditioner deal right there. You've got the, the thermostat over there. Look at that, man. Holy crap. Can you, is there any way to like touch these? I don't think there is. Yeah, I guess not. Try and flip the lights. Call the attendant, PA speaker. That light definitely looks on. I don't think any of those switches are animated or do anything. Got your little water fountain over there. And we'll just kind of scoosh over here to the left. And just take a peek around. It's the first time I'm actually looking at this. Holy hell. So it tells you how to use the bed. So you sit at a table, right? The table. Oh, cool as hell. So that comes out. That comes up and out. I was wondering where the table was. Okay, very cool. So it tells you how to basically change the room into a bedroom. This is neat as hell. We'll go up to the top. Got your bunk. It's a pretty good sized room too, if we're honest. Very chungus. Very chungery. Must be like, what's that, like a fire alarm light or something like that? Man, this looks good. I think that is all there is as far as the interior view. So we did the diner. The roomette. We'll try the bag dorm. So it's like half and half, right? Half sleeper car, half bagage. We'll do F11. Yeah, sadly not. So there's no view for that. I mean, what the hell would really be in here, though? You know, besides how the sleeper already looked. We'll try the baggage as well. Get up on it, boy. There we go. Yeah, Shift F11 doesn't do anything on that one. Interesting. We'll try it on this one. Get on the son of a biscuit. We'll try it down here. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you know, it would have been cool to see some bags and things like that in there, but dang, these look good, man. And now that the lights kind of changed, you can kind of see that gleam off the metal. Damn, these look very, very spicy. VIEWLINER II pack, guys, now available. It's 15 bucks. If we get all this Amtrak stuff updated, oh baby, very nice. You know, I know Run 8's predominantly freight, but it's nice to see some passenger stuff running by while you're, you know, doing work out there on the rails. But yeah, go check it out. I mean, 15 bucks, I think it's definitely worth what you get here. I know I didn't take a look at the MP15 Pack 2 because I felt like with it, you know, it's basically like Pack 1. I'm sure there'd be a few things like the SP light style because they'd like to add 78,000 lights on their locomotives. You know, but yeah, it is what it is. So that's it, guys. Just wanted to take a look in case some of you guys might have been interested in seeing what these were all about, as myself was as well. So that's how we ended up here. Thanks for hanging, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.